Hello everybody, it's Dr. Zaino with 15-Minute Fuel. We're just in 15 minutes a day. We're going to fuel your mind, your body, and your future. Thank you so much once again for just liking and sharing. Because of your content, your material, and your likes and your love, we have really been able to impact so many people. Over 20,000 views have been done, and so I'm just so grateful for that. So I'm going to wait a little bit. We got people coming on the line, so if you're watching right now, please hit the like button, hit the like, show me some love with the heart, and hit the share. Thank you so much for sharing. Also, remember to go to my fan page, Dr. Zaino, because we're going to start moving that over there. So I don't want you to miss anything. Plus, the Dr. Zaino fan page has a lot of cool other videos that you guys would really love and enjoy, depending on the questions you're asking. I have it all laid out over there. Also on Instagram, I'm on Instagram. It's at Dr. Zaino. So we're doing 15-Minute Fuel. Someone had commented the other day that they feel that this is just a great midday boost, right? That's exactly, it's a great midday fuel for your day because we're fueling your mind, right? And your body and then your future. And so with the Instagram, what I'll start doing, we'll start posting those pictures and quotes to give you those little 1-second fuels. And I have all these other cool things I'm gonna get for you guys later on. So we just want to build the platform, get everybody situated on the right platform so I could deliver more than anybody else delivered to you guys. So thank you so much. Just say hello, how you doing? Right, hey Dr. I want your wife's facial regime. Absolutely, my wife will go over that. So once someone's asking about my wife, Whitney, you will see her Friday. Now Friday, we're gonna be a little bit later because Whitney's working. She's seeing some clients and patients. So it'll probably be around 3-4 p.m. But we'll definitely go over all that. I'll make a comment to that. So in today's talk, make sure to hit the like and share it. Today, we're answering some of your questions in dealing with core values. A lot of you loved yesterday because we were talking about how to get out of a rut. And when you're in a rut, my whole thing was, well, how do you realign with your values? Well, the number one thing, you have to write them down, right? And so the thing is, well, if you don't write them down, well, how do I find them? Because a lot of times when we say, what are our values? Everybody goes right to this. God, my family. Listen, they're Success 101 answers. Of course, God is important in your life. I get it. But remember, you're spitting out, you know what you're spitting out? You're spitting out answers that someone else told you to do. So many of us, and I found out I was saying things and I was believing things that someone told me, but I never really soul searched and had self-awareness to say, well, what is my values? So here we're saying one thing that sounds good to others, but we're not really telling the real deep down truth on what are your core values. So I'm going to give you an exercise that you could do today. You'll be able to rewatch this, and now you could actually get down to your core values. It's very tough for me to tell you what are your core values because you're going to start spitting out the Success 101 answers. So we're going to do it in a different approach. This is an exercise I do when doctors come and visit me, and I do a special experience for them. And I've also been through it myself. Now, when it comes to your core values, now follow me here. When you meet someone that you like, or you see a singer that you like, or an actress or an actor that you like, when you see a speaker or a pastor that you like, that you resonate with, right? The reason why you resonate with them is because they are mirroring the same values that you have inside you that you may have not put a name to or an identity to. Let me say that again. So if I see someone that I follow on YouTube and resonates with me and they pump me up and I'm really attracted to that person, it's because I'm being attracted to the qualities that I have and values that I have inside me. We're sharing the same values. That's why for the chiropractors on the line, you enjoy this because we're each other, we're family. You get me, I get you, because we have the same similar values. We want healthy kids, drug-free, adjusting patients, staying out of a medical model, right? So we share same values. That's why we're so bonded together. So this is going to help us get to our core values. My wife's on, so this is good. Thanks, babe, for being on. Please hit the likes. I appreciate it, everybody. Thanks for the love. So let's do the exercise. This is how it works. The greatest way to do this is I want you to pick a person that you follow and you like. So for me, I'm going to tell you what I picked to get my values. When I did this exercise with Dr. Patrick Jim Tempo, I picked Darren Hardy. I actually did Darren Hardy, Jim Rohn, and Anthony Robbins. This was just at the time I did it. These were people that I liked. I wanted to model after, right? I wanted to, I would love to be in their shoes, kind of be like what they're doing. Like that was inspiring to me. That's all you have to do. So write that down. And also you could pick something that really gets you excited. All right, it could be materialistic. So I pick a person that you really admire. It could be a pastor, it could be a parent, it could be someone, an uncle, an aunt, someone that you're like, that person I really resonate with. And then I pick something material. What is something that, a hobby that you like, or something that you really enjoy? So for me, it's a Lamborghini, all right? So I'm just saying mine, right? So here I had Darren Hardy, Jim Rohn, put those mainly those two guys, and then a Lamborghini. So, because what about that car brings something that gets me excited? What is in it? And then you write down, what about those people and what about that material thing gets you excited? And then you start finding your core values, because it's very tough to ask yourself. But when I look and say, listen, I like Jim Rohn because he speaks the truth. He's got, all these other things. So that's why I came up with congruency. So congruency, I know I'm congruent. I really feel that is a top thing. I need to be congruent with my values, because when you're congruent with your values, that means that what you speak is what you do. And I think nothing beats that. In fact, to give you a side note, if some of you guys watched my dinner last night, go watch it if you haven't seen that. That was just a Valentine's gift for everybody out there. That's my keynote dinner I do every week. I had someone from the dinner came up to me and said, listen, I really appreciate the dinner. He goes, but I got to tell you, I went on Google and I searched your name, and man, you had a lot of bad reviews. And I go, exactly. I go, I don't reputation management. I go, but when you read those Google reviews, what were the main complaints? That I didn't accept people for what? He's like, well, people said you didn't accept them because they wouldn't bring their family members in. I'm like, yeah. I go, so what you just heard right now, I go, here's my requirements: to help people, to get your family checked, and to be committed to your health. And I go, so what you heard just right now, I go, if someone's not willing to get their family checked or get their kids checked or help other people, I go, I'm the one who has to live with myself at the end of the day. And I need to be congruent, because that's what I would want for my children and for my parents and for my friends and family. I go, so if it was the money, would I turn them away because they didn't get their kid checked? I go, no, it's for my core values. And you know what he told me? He nodded. He goes, so you want me to bring my daughter in? And so he goes, can I bring my daughter in too and get checked? I'm like, absolutely. So you see, even though I have bad reviews, and even though people will hate on me because they didn't fit according to my values and requirements, they could hate all they want, but you could come at me and it's like, I live according to my values, not to make a dollar. I don't need their dollar. I need them to be well. And so that's why when you stick to your core values, you live a very abundant, powerful life. So congruency is another one. Thought leadership. Jim Rohn, Anthony Robbins, Darren Hardy, Gary Vaynerchuk, thought leaders. They shift the mind, right? So even you might consider me a thought leader. I named my chiropractic internet company Chiro Thought Leaders, because it's about shifting our mind, shifting perception, and this is the thing that gets you moving. Engaged in action. That's a Lamborghini right there. That thing is action. It moves, all right? When you see Anthony Robbins, he's full of energy. These speakers that I enjoy, they're full of energy. Now, there's like that guy, the monk who sold his Ferrari guy, or the Wayne Dyers, and I think they're wonderful, but I'm an amp guy. I'm like the adrenaline person. So even though from some of my friends, they love that stuff, and I think it's beautiful and wonderful, like the Gandhi quotes and stuff like that, but I'm a go. Like I don't relate to that. I relate to these other people. Discipline. All those people I look up to, I notice they have discipline throughout their entire life. They have routines and rhythms. Obsessed with improvement. That's Lamborghini's motto. They're always obsessed in improvement. And that's why I relate to that car. Why driven. Anthony Robbins, they're always about your why, all right? So this is the why. They're driven by their why, not the money. What else? Finely tuned and not polished. That's a Lamborghini. It's tuned, but that thing, if you ever driven one, it's very raw, it's unpolished. It's tuned, but it's not polished. Impactful. Those leaders in my life, they have a very impact on my life. A car, you step on the gas, it impacts you. Inspired to change, and limited tolerance. So that's why I say, so find someone that you're drawn to. My wife loves Madonna, right? Why does she love Madonna? Because she's a woman who speaks her mind, and she's always reinventing herself. So you don't have to believe all what they believe, but what you find when you hear a song, when you see a person and you're attracted to the value that you share with that person. That's what you're attracted to. Because we all like to be with like minds, right? You know, as chiropractors, we all want to like interbreed our children, right? We want pure kids to get married that are unvaccinated and there's no drugs in their body, and to get healthy children. So yeah, I get it, because we share similar values. That's how you find your values. So it's hard to write down what I consider, because it's myopic. I'm trying to figure me out. But when I look at something or someone that I truly admire and look up to and I respect, I'm admiring and respecting a value in them that is also my value. So for the doctors out here, Ashley, come on down. I'll give you a driving one. For the doctors in here, if you're a doctor watching this, the best way, or if you're a doctor watching this, or anybody watching this, because I know we're reaching out to a lot more than doctors, even at your work, if you're the owner of your company, if you work for a company, this is how you find the values for your company. As a doctor, I'll sit down and I'll ask any doctor, who are your favorite patients? And that person will go, Mary Jo. Why is Mary Jo your favorite patient? Because she comes in and she's full of energy. Boom. What else? She paid cash. She's not worried about insurance. Boom. What else? Her whole entire family is in. Boom. What else? She refers people. She tells everybody. Boom. What else? She's engaged. Boom. She's consistent. She's a lifetime member. She's been here for 5 years. She lives the principle. She's congruent. See, so when you're telling me who your favorite patient is, why are they favorite patient? Because they're aligning up with your same values. I have just given you the key that will unlock your entire life. Because it's so hard for us, because we're speaking all these values that someone imposed on us. But when you say who's your favorite patient, and you list why they're your favorite patient, you just listed your core values for your job or for your business. And then if it is a business, take those core values and say, this is our ideal patient now. So if you're going to come in from a car accident and trying to build an insurance case to rip people off, don't come see me. I don't take insurance because I'm not going to be dictated by those things. So it doesn't fit into my core values. So now you could figure out, this is my ideal patient, or this is my ideal employee if you own a business, or this is my ideal company. And then you make your values and you stick to them and become congruent. And then everybody else you invite to go somewhere else, because at the end of the day, you live with yourself. And I read a quote, at the end of the day, it's better to piss somebody else off than you off, because you have to live with yourself. So I hope you guys enjoy. If you did like that, how to find your core values, give me some likes, give me some loves. I'm going to actually go over and check out some of the questions here. I really need your questions, guys, because I need content. You are providing the content. The 20,000+ people that are benefiting and commenting and loving and sharing, and we have doctors that are crying. That's how inspired they're getting. It's because of you. You're making the difference, not me. I'm the vessel. I'm just channeling in your comments to give everybody good stuff. So let me see right here. All right, the number of people watching. Tabor's in, good. Christy, Wendy Hoffman, so glad you practice the way our kids. So glad the way you practice. That way our kids are so healthy because they get adjusted. That's one of my patients, Wendy Hoffman. Matt, thank you for the message to help identify core values. Thank you, Matt. Let's see, any questions here? I didn't hear this right now. I've started to take a stand on my values. Friends and family have pulled away. However, believers have come into me and said, absolutely. You're polarizing things. Still love people. I love people, but if someone's not willing to help somebody because of whatever experience they had in the past, it's like, I love them. I respect. I would totally respect you not want to do it, but our requirements in the office are this. And this is probably not going to be a fit, because if it's not a fit, just like a relationship, it's not going to last. And we want lifetime healthy people. Ashley, I'll take care of that for you. Thanks for this, figuring out mine so I could write them and hang them on the walls. Keep in front of you. All right, what else we got? We got Trent. Would you say identifying your core values, it will help you to attract and build your dream business, practice, or life? Absolutely. Because what you're seeing in here, or with my wife, we have core values of our family. We have core values at Abundant Life Chiropractic. I have core values that you mentioned there, and I stick to my core values, meaning that when I make a decision, it has to align up with my values and my purpose. If it doesn't, it's out. I have so many great opportunities come in front of my desk, but I say no to them if they're not aligned with my values. Because when they're aligned with my values, it's congruent for me. I'm happy. It's full of joy. It's aligning with my purpose and my potential. If something is a good idea or a good business move, but it's not relating to those, I'm never going to be fully into it. So that is the key. You know what? You know the whole key is self-awareness. That is. It's knowing yourself. It's finding yourself, basically. Because you've lived with yourself for this long, figure out who you are. How do you serve without giving up your family? That's what I'm talking about next. Rob New and Shriner, all right? What's the core values for the family and for the office? Are they different, and where are they, and how are they different? All right, good. So let's get into the next phase here. My next question was, how have you found the best way to balance chiropractic, being a professional bodybuilder, and family? Number two, what is the best way to I'll start with that. How is the best way that I was able to balance chiro, being a professional IFBB pro, a bodybuilding family, and there's other things. We have chiro thought leaders, other business going on. So first of all, I want to disrupt your belief of balance. All right, what is balance? I think balance is a naysaying terminology to make you back off. Hey, you got to be balanced, and we're looking for balance. There's never balance. The thing is, it's support. It's making sure you're communicating. Whitney allows me to do all this because you know why? She supports me, and I support her. And as a family, we're moving forward. You understand, like this Chris Zaino brand that you see, I might be the avatar for it, but it's Whitney. She does all the finances. When I'm getting quotes for videos, she pays the bill. She's the negotiator. Our kids, it is the whole entire family. So when you think that, and it might look like I'm unbalanced, but my family's along with me. My wife knows that in the last 2 weeks, she's seen me happier than ever. So because of that, she supports it, right? So because, she saw me tired and down and stuff like that, but she sees when I'm living my purpose, just like happy wife, happy life. Well, she knows when I'm in my purpose, I'm connected with unlimited energy and brings a whole family up. So we're a powerful family together. So it has to be a whole unit. And I understand for some of you, you might have a discrepancy there. So what do you do when husband and wife don't agree on something? Then you have to agree on it. The worst thing you could do is say, well, you don't like it, tough, because then you're going to end up in a divorce. You're going to go like this. So it's communicating in a way that the entire family's on board. You saw Justice. He'll be a part of this soon. He loved doing it. So it's about getting your entire family on board. So with chiropractic, Woody and I started Abundant Life Chiropractic. It's our first kid. So of course she supports that. When it comes to professional bodybuilding, Whitney supports it to a point, but she definitely laid down the rules. And the rules are this. I do all of this stuff before everybody wakes up. So if I do cardio, it's before everybody wakes up. When I can't do anything. She doesn't cook the meals, I cook the meals. When I go work out, it's just during the day when I'm allowed to work out. So she is there to support that. And she knows that at any time, if she wants to pull the plug, the ripcord, and say you're done, she has the right to do that. You follow what I'm saying? So she has control over that. So if she says, babe, that's enough, even though I might not like it, I respect that, and that's enough. So that's how we do so I'm not talking balance yet. I'm talking about we're going after our dreams, and there's no balance. I don't believe in it. It's going and having everybody support. So you're communicating support. So Whitney has to communicate to me. I have to communicate to her, and we have to make that work 100% of the time. And family, and that's when it comes. So family things, we do a lot of family things. The kids are in school. Tonight is our vacation meal night, so we might do that. And so for today, a lot of people are giving their wives flowers, which they should. What did Whitney really want tonight? She wanted time. She wanted time to herself, to work out. So that's her gift. So this is the communication part. So I could give my wife flowers and the kids, hustling her the whole entire night, or she could go work out and do what she really wanted to do. So see, it all comes down to communication. And so don't look for balance. Say, so I would like the question to be like this. How have you found the best way to communicate chiropractic, being a professional bodybuilder, and family with your spouse? It's all about communication. If I make sure that Winnie's taken care of and she's okay, and she does the vice versa to me, everybody's happy and we move forward. But I'm not going to worry about, well, did I spend this balance of hours? There's no balance. I really have not seen that work. Again, because I model certain people in life and I look up to them, I don't really see balance there. I just see drivers. They're drivers, they're doing great things, but at the same time, they're driving hard, but their family is on board. And when their family's on board, not only their family is board, most of those guys that I look to, they have a very, very strong, supportive wife. And that wife also knows she's taken care of. And, so she sees me as the hero, and I'm taking care of her. So but any time if she wants to pull the plug on something, she knows she could do it. I'll argue with it, but she'll, I understand that she would. But she lets me do what I want to do because it's part of our purpose together as a family. If you like that, let me see if we have any questions. Any questions? Do that. Let me see. Oh, let me do this way so I'm not. All right. Yes, sir. If you're liking this, hit the... Good. Awesome. All right. So let's do this one. What is the best way to refocus a patient from symptom-based perspective to health function? So if you're not a doctor, I want you to still watch this anyway. When it comes to a symptom in society, symptoms, most people are taught to chase symptoms because a lot of people think health is how they look or how they feel. If you don't understand that, I just want you to go back and look at my dinner talk last night. I explained that fully. See, if you base your health on how you look, how you feel, here's the problem. You don't feel cancer, right? No one ever went to the doctor saying, I think I got cancer. They have this little symptom that pops up and it's cancer, or heart disease, it's usually a heart attack or stroke. So we don't feel the big killers. And the biggest killer is when we have a symptom and we mask it. So if you have a problem going on and we mask it, is it still there? Of course. So drugs just mask the problem as the problem gets worse and worse. It's like taking the batteries of your fire alarm and the building burns down. So you always have to look into the cause of the problem. So when you get to the cause of the problem, a symptom is your body doing the right thing for the right reason. All of that. The body's telling you, help me find the cause of the problem, not mask it. So we know we would never take the batteries of the fire alarm. You would never put tape over your check engine light, correct? But that is exactly, as ridiculous as what I just said sounded, that's exactly what human beings are told in our country to do when their greatest asset of life, which is their health, is compromised. So as absurd as taking the batteries of the fire alarm, you're exactly told to do that. Never looking at cause. You're always told to mask it with the medication. So look at cause. Be preventive. Here's the thing, and here you got to understand that disease is so silent and it's so sneaky. It's invisible to a lot of people until it's too late. For instance, this is the reason why a lot of people don't get the whole symptom or preventative for this real reason right here. I don't smoke, but if I started smoking a cigarette right now, would I be alive tomorrow? Absolutely. I smoke tomorrow. Would I be alive the third day? Absolutely, right? But 10 years from now, when I'm coughing up blood, there's fibrosis in my lungs and I have emphysema, and I'm going, how the heck did this happen? You're going to say, hey, dummy, it started when you took the first puff. See, the disease started with the first puff, but that 1% is so sneaky, so silent, it compounds over time. Just like if I smoked and immediately coughed up blood, how many people would be smoking? Nobody. If I had a Big Mac right now and I dropped because I had clogged arteries, I wouldn't eat that again. So see, most people think it doesn't matter to smoke, drink, eat bad food because you know what? They get away with it tomorrow, but they don't get away with it in 10 years. It's an error in judgment and an error in philosophy. Just like if I started exercising, so I exercised today. Me and Dr. Travis, we did chest, we did shoulders, we did back. And listen, tomorrow, I'm not going to be any different. If I did cardio today, I'm not going to lose any weight. If I ate well today, I'm not going to be any different tomorrow. So it's easy for me to say, well, this exercise diet thing doesn't work. It didn't matter, but it does. It's invisible, and in 10 years from now, when I'm 50, and I'm still in great shape, I look good, my nervous system is free of interference, and I'm looking back, see, that's what happens. It compounds over time. So success and failure in health always start like this, and what happens? They go like that. You're going to end up on the healthy side, or what I call the fairy tale ending, or you're going to end up in accumulated health disaster. It's your choice, but it has to start right now. So that's how I move someone from a symptom-based mindset, reactive. 83% of Americans, heart disease or cancer, reacting. Number one cause of debt, sick debt. Number one cause of bankruptcy, medical bills. So we can't go on that map anymore, right? That's the map that's causing that. So we cannot do what everybody else has been doing. We have to switch the map, get on the right map to health, healing, and predictable health in the long run. So that's how I take someone from a symptom-based perspective to a health and function. And I talk about the nervous system that controls function. So here's the third one. Where do you like to get material for your advanced workshops or nutrition talks? So now we'll talk nutrition. So here we go. If you any comments, please put some comments below. I need the comments. I need the fuel. All right. So put some love, hit the share, hit the like. I see 2 thumbs up. I'm waiting. I need a little love. It's like love is my oxygen. All right, good. Thank you. I got a little oxygen there. And my wife gave me some. There we go. Thank you, guys. I'm wearing red because it's Valentine's Day. Glad you like it. All right, so now nutrition. Let's talk nutrition. So, of course, we start with mindset. So hopefully you got some good mindset. I gave you practical stuff for core values. Listen to me. Here's the punchline. 98% of you are not going to do that core value exercise. That's the punchline, where the 2% that do that, don't be the 2%, because that's going to change your life, because you have something tangible in front of you that keeps you locked on your focus. Now let's talk nutrition. Someone asked, well, where do I get my material for my nutrition workshops? I get them from personal experience. You know, we're working 12 years with over 16,000 patients. You know, I get it from just now I rely on experience, what works well. Because here's the thing. All the scientists doing the research in the little test tubes, unfortunately, a lot of bodies, human bodies, didn't read their research. So those bodies don't act. Because this whole thing that a calorie is a calorie, you know, I personally seen with patients where if they reduce their calories by a tablespoon of fat a day, they start losing pounds. How does that make sense? Or tonight, I'll eat, you know, whatever, my vacation meal, I'll eat 3,000 calories, but my weight might drop. So it's all about hormones. I realize that. And Dr. Pomp is really good with that stuff. So when it comes to nutrition, it's based off experience what I've seen with people, myself, my wife, she kicks in as well. So it's always based, my material is based off just what would be the basic thing, the broad spectrum. I always hit it broad because each person's different, so it gets very specific per person. But what is the broad basic things? Don't go too deep because you drive people crazy. So here's the broad thing. Number one, I know that, you know, whole food's going to be the best. Boom. Organic food, yes, invest in that. Because I want people, if someone says health's their greatest asset, your checkbook and your credit card statement needs to reflect that. If it doesn't, that means it's not your greatest asset. So invest in your health. You know, the foods you're eating, I tell people this, the foods you eat, your body's recreating itself from, right? So if we're building a house and you had pressed plywood, aluminum siding, concrete mixed with sand, you know, this stuff over here. You could build your house with that, or you could build your house with the finest stone, marble, double reinforced concrete. Like, so which one would you rather do? The best materials. So think of food. I tell my patients, think of food as eat to live, meaning that I am rebuilding my body. My body's innate intelligence is going to rebuild itself from that. Because can the body rebuild itself from Big Macs? Absolutely. It's just poor materials. So build yourself with organic food. That's the grass-fed beef. That's the free-range chickens. That's the free-range eggs that are nice, like bloody orange yolks in there. That's the wild-caught fish. That's the, you know, the bone broth protein powders you use. It's just clean food. You know, clean organic carb sources, organic vegetable sources. So just start with that. Just switch to that, number one. Then start increasing the meals. Some people eat 1 meal a day. I would just start eating, you know, get your blood sugar stable. Just go for 3 with a couple snacks, raw nuts, raw seeds. So it's always basic little things. Make sure you're drinking water. I mean, little things like this make all the difference in the world. A lot of people walking around dehydrated. So when you come to talk, when I talk to patients or anybody, you start, what you think is too basic is life-changing. Just get the basic down. And I always say, ladies out there, I want you to have dark chocolate every single day. You know why? Because if you eat good 90% of the time and that 10% is your chocolate that you enjoy or that glass of wine that you enjoy, and you could stick to that way, consistency wins. The more consistent you are, then you win the game. So that, plus there's huge benefits to dark chocolate. Number one, it actually will decrease your cravings for binging or overeating because of the L-dopa in there. It's a great stuff. So I put cocoa powder and cacao nibs and everything, and I have no cravings to binge or overeat. That was a huge, huge diet hack. When I got ready for my shows, you know, if I didn't have my the cacao in my diet, I would get that craving to eat, because the chocolate kind of gives that your brain this release of serotonin and that dopamine release that's comforting. And if I could stick on my diet with a couple of things of chocolate, you're going to make the results. So it's all about what can you stick to. So always stick to the basics. I'm not really big, because see, that's the thing out there. Everybody wants to make things complicated. You know why? complicated sells, making you think that you don't know what the heck you're doing. I could sell you anything that way. Oh, you don't know the latest research on how you got to do this and test your strips here and swab this thing on it. Listen, if I make things sound complicated, you think I found the next secret? There is no secret. Consistency is the secret. You want to be a champion? A champion is the one who hits the grand slam. It's the one who's consistent and you can rely on. So whatever you can be reliable at doing, that's the thing you do. So that's why we make sure that make it easy for the patient. Just make a couple changes, and then when they get that as a routine, then you go a next level up. Okay, we're going to do this. We're going to start adding a little bit of cardio in. Just 10 minutes, like little baby steps. Let them get used to that. Let them adapt to that, and then move along the way. You have to baby step. Type A people like myself, we jump in. I make a commitment, I'm in. But the majority want to make something that doesn't seem like work. They're taking control of their health so they can better themselves. It has to be part of their routine. So hopefully you enjoyed that. That's my way of taking care of patients and walking them through it. All right, let's see any comments right here. What's the core values of the right here? Letitia, yes. How do you deal with family that don't see their health to the same standard? I have that as well. Family that don't, all you could do is tell them the truth and love them no matter what. You understand? Like, don't get mad at them, don't get pissed at them because they don't see the things you see it. You know, even Christ said, you're not a prophet in your own town. It's not, they're too familiar with you. So one thing you could do is find somebody else, send them one of my videos. Maybe they'll respect and listen to me more, somebody else. So start doing that. But it all comes down to this. The person has to want to do it. That's it. The reason why you don't have something that you have a goal for, the reason why you don't have it because you don't want it. And accept that. I don't want it. The reason why people are lining up at Starbucks next to my office and paying overpriced coffee, because they want to. The reason why someone doesn't take care of their health is because they don't want to. It comes down to a want. Now, when someone's diagnosed with cancer and heart disease, now they want to do something about their health. You follow what I'm saying? So it comes down, you cannot force somebody to do something. They have to say, I want to do it. They have to take personal responsibility. I would hate to see it be an act of health terrorism that makes them want to do it. But they have to want I broke it down to the basic thing. The reason why someone doesn't want to do something is because they don't want to. That's it. Don't try to overthink it. They just don't want to, because if someone wants to do something, they always find a way to do it. So Letitia, all I can tell you is love them and love them. Love them because they might be here that long. Kat, Whitney, you're amazing. She is amazing. Jen. You're all on the same mission, so there is no sacrifice. Very nice. Yeah, there's never sacrifice when you're in the same mission. Ashley Oshner, our family's O code is family, respect, presence, positivity, preparation, and responsibility. That is great. I'll read that again. Ashley Oshner, see, it's so nice to have something that everybody, kind of gets behind. It's family. This is their code. We're for family, respect, presence, positivity, preparation, and responsibility. That's solid. Let's see. Amen. A lot of amens. Randall, hi, Dr. Z. Greeting from Syracuse, New York. Good to see you, bud. You helped with my shoulder. Thank you. Awesome. Josh, thank you for crushing my question. Absolutely, my bud. Trent, little disciplines practice every day, compounded over time to create success. 100%. Let me see. Can you go over injury care out of the gym? Letitia, question: How do we shift religious minds that looking good, feeling good is about being healthy? Oh, because it's the cancer, it's the heart disease. You look good, you feel good, but you don't feel those things. So when people realize that the biggest killers in the world is things you don't feel, that's the blind spot, and that's the life-changing part of it. Because they'll sit there and go, wow. It isn't how we look or how we feel. And when they realize that more people die of things that they don't feel, then that's the paradigm change. Function tree. Okay, Josh Young, going to take our team through the code. Awesome. So Josh is saying what his team is going to take them through the code values. So Josh, when you do that, ask each one of your team members, who's your favorite patient? And they'll all have a favorite patient, and you ask them why. And list down why, and you're going to see on that whiteboard, you're going to come down to about 10 to 12 different things that always keep on coming up, and you just created your core values, and your practice will explode, because now you make that your manifesto. That's the manifesto in my office. Okay, love these videos. Female Okay, so anything you guys have here, I'm going to answer all these things. Let me see. Just had some dark chocolate. Good, guys. You guys are binging. How can we find out if they are dehydrated? What? Oh, about water. Just make them drink. You know, Kevin Knopfsinger. It's also the secret. Okay, so Ben, hi Chris, is there a book in your library that talks about the 7 whys? No, but yes, there is. It's go to Dean Graciosi just came out with a book called Millionaire Success Habits. Get it. Just do it. And read it. Please read the whole book. All right, everybody, thank you so much. It is time to go. I got to get ready for work. Please comment below. Please share. Please like. Go to Dr. Zaino fan page on Facebook. So we could, when we switch this over, all of you guys will be able to get the content. Also go to Instagram at Dr. Zaino. Share this knowledge. This is going to help so many people. And when it helps people, it's because of you. So hit the likes, hit the love. Have an amazing day. And we'll see you soon with 15 Minute Fuel.